You and I are back and forth on this.
Yes,
I'm a huge Max fan, and I don't want him to be offended whatsoever by this.
And he will not be offended by anything I say.
Because you're gonna ride for him all the way to the bitter end.
I'm riding.
You're riding with Max,
like it's the pipeline in Hawaii.
And I'm riding with Justin, man. And that's nothing against Max. I got nothing but love for him. I'd love to see him win. I would love to see Justin win. I hate the fact that they're fighting each other.
I love them both.
I hate the fact that they have to fight each other.
But here's where I look and I go, everything is about styles. And you got to take a look and say, okay, let's take a look at some of the people that, Justin Gaethje has fought and the styles. Let's take a look at some of the people that Max Holloway has fought and the styles. And let's look at what has occurred in those. Every time that you've had Max fighting a person that is for the most part, absolute just stand-up fighter, he wins. He wins. Alexander Volkanovski is the one that, people can sit there and try to say, well, he's a stand-up fighter. No, Alex is a guy that takes people down. He's used his wrestling throughout much of his career. So he's gotten more into being that stand-up guy, but he still will take the fight to the ground and do these. Justin doesn't take the fights to the ground. He uses his wrestling in any capacity. It's as a defense for him to stay on his feet. So I look at Max Holloway. Look at the people that have given Justin Gaethje good fights. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm not even saying winning them all. Dustin Poirier has fought him twice. Take a look at the first one. Dustin lit Gaethje up. I went back and watched that fight based upon this just to see it again. And I was listening to the commentary of it, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't remember this commentary from it. But, man, they were believing that Justin Gaethje was just walking away with that fight. And I'm thinking, look at the damage on him.
Yeah.
And, eventually he lost it. But, what a fight by Justin, but what a fight by Dustin. And then I look at what Max does in the stand-up. And it's people that can take out his front leg, which Justin could. Justin's got a beautiful low kick. He damages people well. So Max has got to be prepared for that. That's one element that I look. It's something that Justin does that Max definitely has to account for. He has to have an answer for it because it'll end up breaking him down too much. We saw Yair start to break him down with that kick. So it's something he has to address and has to have an answer for. But slick fighters, Michael Johnson, go back to Michael Johnson against Justin Gaethje, slick stand-up fighter. What was it that was happening in that fight? Michael Johnson was lighting Justin up for a lot of it. He was winning that fight. Now, Justin had his moments that he would, get hurt, come back, and then eventually, just wore him out with the pressure and big shots and was able to put him away. But again, a stand-up fighter with slick movement, good boxing, was able to have a good fight and good results for some of it against Justin. I just look and say, Max Holloway is the worst type of opponent for Justin Gaethje. You can look and go and in some ways go back a couple of fights and take a look at Rafael Fiziev and take a look at, I said Fiziev.
Fiziev, yes.
Fiziev. You can take a look at that fight with him and Fiziev, and that was the best Justin Gaethje as far as being a smart fighter I had seen in a long time. His fight with Dustin Poirier, he kind of kept that same element. So he's getting smarter as far as not accepting so much damage in the fight. And he needs to continue to be that fighter coming in here against Max. But if Max has a night like he did against Calvin Kattar, he's going to beat Justin Gaethje. I'm not saying that he's got that night in him. Maybe that was a once in a lifetime thing, but he fights like that guy, he'll beat Justin.
All right, let me just go ahead and remind you. Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Let me break this down for you.
Break it down.
You use Michael Johnson. I was actually going to use the same analogy. I agree with you 100%. Okay. Michael Johnson though is southpaw.
Yeah.
Max is not.
I agree.
Okay. Max also showed.
Hold on. Max switches.
He does switch, but he's not anywhere near as good on the southpaw.
But he switches to it all the time.
I get that he switches, John, but as the leg kicks come and he has to switch, which they will, and he will have to switch. We saw in the Yair fight that he doesn't operate the same, and you can't afford not to.
No, he's better. He's better from orthodox.
Absolutely, he doesn't operate the same, and you can't afford that against somebody who hits like a damn truck against Justin Gaethje. Once he sees you switch and he knows that you're hurt, he's putting that pressure.
Okay, answer me one question real quick. Just out of curiosity, since I have no idea, I've only been doing this for a couple of years.
Yes, I know. It's very relevant.
Name me the guy that has put away Max Holloway. Oh, go ahead. I'll give you time.
Put away?
Yeah, knocked him out.
Didn't he get knocked out by Connor?
No, that was a decision.
That was a decision. Who was it?
I'm not going to let him cheat, don't worry.
Was it Dustin?
Dave.
Who beat him? Dustin? Dustin beat him?
Why don't you tell him who knocked him out?
Right here, Josh.
There you go.
0.
Okay.
Now, has he fought people that can fucking swat?
Yeah, some of them got some power.
Okay.
Some of them got some power. But I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
You should get it because it's right.
You're right. Okay. You're right as in he's never been finished, but no one's ever been finished until that first time. So let's not get off track. Like I said, Max is someone who can stick and move, stay on the outside.
Yeah.
The weakness he has is his leg kicks. He does not check them.
I agree with you with that.
Gaethje has the power to change the tempo of the fight.
What did I say? He must address that leg kick.
Yes, he must. But that's my concern, though, John. Like you said with Gaethje, is that he's been fighting a lot smarter since you said just what fight was that? Fiziev. I say the Chandler fight was the first time I'd seen him fight smart.
No, still, I agree with you a little bit comparatively, but he still got into biting down on his mouthpiece, just planting his feet and frickin' throwing.
Well, sometimes you got to fight out of Chandler. That's the thing with Chandler.
I agree with you in that, but that's the difference of you in the Fiziev fight, which Fiziev has got phenomenal stand up. He at times when he normally would bite down and plant his feet and start throwing, he moved. He reset and made Fiziev actually reset. And that made a big difference in him getting into him and getting the better shots off.
Yes, you are correct. But I said with Max, that's what's going to have to happen. He's going to have to stay. He's going to have to put that added pressure because Max not going to stand in front of him and trade. He'll land his shots and get out. But you keep going. You went back to Michael Johnson, but Michael Johnson's a lot faster than Max.
No.
You might want to ask Michael Johnson about that. Michael Johnson. I'm sorry,
I don't want to ask
man.
Michael Johnson. I know what his answer is going to be.
Max Holloway is fast.
I think Michael Johnson, has been a fast fighter his whole life. He does have fast hands, but it slows down quickly.
Okay.
It has.
Okay.
It has. Max doesn't slow down. Max continues on. So yes, I will say at the start of the fight, I understand what you're saying, but as the fight's going on, Max keeps that speed where Michael starts to tail off. And that's not saying anything diminishing upon. That's called fast twitch muscle fiber. And when you start to get tired, you're going to
the relaxation of delivering the shots, though, also
plays
a big factor.
All of it.
Max, he just seems so much more relaxed out there when he does it. When he's putting his combinations together, you see him talking to you as he's touching with the jab. He's having fun. But let's take a look at weighing in on the odds for this. So the Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway.